Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi Bahasham Qadash. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to you brothers laboring worldwide in truth and sincerity. Salutations and blessings to the hopeful elect, believing on the words of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. And we told you, through the spirit and power of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, we told you that these things are going to come down, that this devil is going to start mandating things, all right? And that's the title of this lesson, simply mandates, okay? And let's jump into it. This is Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. They've written this thing into law, okay? Executive decision, as it were, says to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless, which is all analogies for the children of Israel, all right, for the elect on this side. But again, they're trying to take away the right from the poor. Now, you have mandates for hospitals, private businesses, and guess what? These local governments. And we told you these things.
As many of you may have seen today, 57 leading healthcare groups, including the American Medical Association, the American College of Physicians, all called for all healthcare and long-term care employees to mandate employees be vaccinated against COVID. Now, that is the healthcare industry where they are very much on the front lines. And these actions, in our view, are meant to keep patients and employees safe. And in fact, I expect our own federal healthcare providers may look at similar requirements as they do with other vaccines. And so we're seeing institutions, healthcare providers, colleges and universities, the NFL implement different approaches and steps to incentivize and increase vaccination rates. The more people are vaccinated, the more the country will be safe. I think I just said a few minutes ago that we support the step of hospitals, and that was a guide and could be a guide for us on what to do with our own healthcare workforce here from the federal government, just to give you kind of a sense. Go ahead.
Thanks, Jen. On COVID, Dr. Fauci says we're going in the wrong direction. Whose fault is that?
Well, I would say first what he was referring to is the fact that because there is still a large population of people in this country who are unvaccinated, and we have the most transmissible variant that we've seen since the beginning of the pandemic, that more people are getting sick with COVID. And those numbers are not moving in the right direction. I think that's accurate, and you can see it by data.
But we all know the Delta variant has thrown us a curveball, and we are really, really focused on fighting the Delta variant. So last week, I announced for our frontline healthcare workers in the public sector, health and hospitals, DOH, the COVID safety requirement. Simply show proof of vaccination or get tested every single week. And I said last week this was only the beginning and we would be climbing up the ladder, more mandates to come. Well, today is that day. On September 13th, the entire city workforce will be mandated under the COVID safety mandate to either get vaccinated, which is far preferable, or get tested once a week. Let's be clear why this is so important. This is about our recovery. This is about what we need to do to bring back New York City. This is about keeping people safe. This is about making sure our families get through COVID okay. This is about bringing back jobs, you name it. In September, everything's going to come together. September is the pivot point of the recovery. September is when many employers are bringing back a lot of their employees. September is when school starts full strength. September is when people come back from the summer. September is when it will all happen. And so on September 13th, which is the first full day of school, every single city employee will be expected to be either vaccinated or be tested weekly. This means everybody. This means, obviously, everyone who works in our schools, our educators and staff. It means the NYPD, the FDNY. It means all city agencies. It means people who work in offices and people who work on the front line. Everyone. Because September is when the rubber hits the road, and this is when we have to make the difference, and so this mandate will be in place.
But as it relates to leading by example, 246,000 Californians are state employees. 246,000 Californians should be vaccinated. And if they're not vaccinated and cannot verify that they've been vaccinated, we are requiring that they get tested. California is committed to vaccination, verification, and or testing on a weekly basis. We're not stopping just with state employees. Today, we're also announcing partnerships that include those like Kaiser, private sector now stepping up, organizations representing physicians and dentists, dialysis clinics stepping up, private sector clinics are committing to the same. And we hope this example of public and private leadership as it relates to vaccine verifications, vaccine mandates, and or mandated testing 1 to 2 times a week with also commensurate PPP, or rather PPE obligations as it relates to protective gear and N95 respirator masks as an example, will lead to others to replicate this example in the private sector. The announcement here today is broad, it's significant. I believe we may be the first state at scale to not only require for all state employees, but to engage a public-private partnership with all healthcare facilities in the state.
The new cases in COVID are because of unvaccinated folks. Almost 100% of the new hospitalizations are with unvaccinated folks. And the deaths are certainly occurring with unvaccinated folks. These folks are choosing a horrible lifestyle of self-inflicted pain.
Besides, this emotional plea you just gave us, what is it going to take to get people to get shots in arms?
I don't know. You tell me. Folks supposed to have common sense. But it's time to start blaming the unvaccinated folks, not the regular folks. It's the unvaccinated folks that are letting us down.
But as a leader of the state, don't you think it's your responsibility to try and help get this situation under control?
I've done all I know how to do. I can encourage you to do something, but I can't make you take care of yourself.
All right. You see it. This thing mandate is being thrown around.
As many of you may have seen today, 57 leading.
Why? Because we at the time where this devil is in straits. Okay? Again, let's read this again. Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Now I want to get this word mandates. Okay? Because that's what you're seeing. Right?
Mandate.
Mandate. Let's go through some of these definitions. An official order or commission to do something. Okay? Similar words: instruct, directive, see, decree, command, order. They are getting ready to come down with great wrath. Okay? It says the authority to carry out a policy or course of action regarded as given by the electorate to a candidate or party that is victorious in an election. No. Let's read down. Matter of fact, what does mandate mean? Let's see. It says an authoritative command, especially a formal order from a superior court or official to an inferior one. It says the authorization to act given to a representative accepted the mandate of the people. So basically, they're telling you what you're going to do. And if you don't do this, guess what? You're not going to be able to function in society. All right? This is where this thing is moving. All right? One of those words in there was what? Policy. Right? This is Daniel chapter 8 and verse 25. And through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. And he shall magnify himself in his heart, meaning in his mind, and by peace shall destroy many. Yeah, this is, I can't, what did Matlock say at the end, oh, hang hill? I can't force people to do something that's good for them, to take care of themselves. Well, this is by peace. They're trying to destroy many. And by peace shall destroy many. And and he shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. And ultimately, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, all right, is going to take this devil out of play. All right? This is Micah chapter 2 and verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. Again, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. That's why you see these mandates, all right, being presented worldwide. All right, you got protests from France to New Zealand, all right, over these mandates. Okay, again, it says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. And that's what you're seeing. You had this guy, governor of California, talking about working with the private and public sector, all right, to get these things mandated. Now it's going to trickle down to these certain businesses where they're going to require, all right, their employees to be mandated. Okay, to take that thing, as it were. And it's coming to pass. Okay, and we told you, all right, through the spirit and power of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, we tried to warn you of these things. This is Psalms chapter 10 and verse 1. Why standest thou afar off, O Lord, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi? Why hidest thyself in times of trouble? And we're approaching those times of trouble. The Lord is going to hide himself, all right, when you haven't been seeking him while he may be found, right? Matter of fact, let's get this real quick. We'll come back. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. So when the evil days are not being here, present, all right, but we're leading into it, you're supposed to be seeking the Lord, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Why? So you can be covered when those evil days shall come, right? Back in Psalms chapter 10 and verse 1. Why standest thou afar off, O Lord? Why hidest thyself in times of trouble? Because you should have been seeking the Lord while he may be found. This is serious. Okay? It says, the wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. And they're going to be taken in those devices, those certain policies, those certain crafts, all right, that this devil is coming with. Why? Because he know if he have but a short time, right? Matter of fact, let's get that. Okay. Matter of fact, I thought I had it. Let's get it now. Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. That's why you see the rash of activity occurring. All right, this word mandate being thrown around. It says, Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Yeah, this he. Who is this he? This Esau Edom, the so-called white man. All right? Well, the earth has been given into his hands, and that's why you see his policy, all right, going out all over the world to cause this thing to be mandated. You see? Back in Psalms 10 and 2, the wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. And that's what's going to go on. All right. Ultimately, you're going to be taken out by way of those ICBM missiles. All right. This is Job chapter 5 and verse 12. He, who is this he? Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. You see? So they think that they have this power of their own accord, that they're going to be able to come against the children of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, the elect, the ones that's been seeking him. No. It says he taketh, again, he, this is Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. They're going to trip over that mighty stone, Yahawashi. All right? And they're going to fall. All right? They're going to be broken. Okay? This is Ephesians. And that's why it's so important to seek Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi while he may be found. All right? So you can understand what time you're in. Okay? This is Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. You see, we're coming into these evil times, and that word evil is a compound word. Eve meaning time, ill meaning bad. You're coming into some bad times. All right. But if you haven't been seeking Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi while you may be found, you're not going to be protected. All right? Your faith is going to be tested. Okay? It says, wherefore be not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. And we understand that these things have to come to pass. All right? You have to pass through the danger, all right, to get to the kingdom. It says, even so is Israel's portion. So you have to go through these rough spaces, these rough patches that the Lord has set up. All right? Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. You ain't got no job, all right, because they done mandated this thing at your job. You can't eat, you can't pay for your, what you gonna do, man? All right, you gonna have to trust in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Okay? It says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, see? And make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away. We can't depart away when these things be implemented, these policies be passed, these mandates be made, you know, this thing be made mandatory. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased in thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. These words are not here just for you to read and go past. No, you have to meditate on these things. Okay? Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, knowing what the will of the Lord is. All right? I ain't saying you're supposed to be running around here glee happy. No. Understanding what the will of the Lord is. Knowing that you got to go through these things to get to your inheritance. All right? And be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. You see? So we're going to go through things, man. If you believe in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, all right, you're going to go through things. Matter of fact, real quick, let me get this. Because, you know, that's Israel's portion. Okay? Acts 14 and verse 22. confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them. Yeah, we're exhorting you, all right? These different videos, our apostles, our elders, all right, our big brothers and brothers, so on. We're exhorting you. We're telling you through the Spirit and power of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi the things that are coming, and we're exhorting you to what? Continue in the faith. Don't lose faith, okay? That we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High. It's already declared. You're going to have to go through these things. We're going to have to go through these things, okay? Isaiah chapter 41, and I'm going to start at verse 10. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. Who is the power? Well, the elect, all right? The ones who've been seeking Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi while the evil days come not. It says, for I am thy power, I will strengthen thee. Yeah, I will help thee. Yeah, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Yahawashi, right? Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. Yeah, the door is coming down unto you, having great wrath. All right? He's really trying to get to the elect. Okay? It says, again, behold, which means look, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing. They that strive against thee shall perish. Yeah, the devil's coming down having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Thou shalt seek them, thou shalt not find them. Even them that contended with thee, they that war against thee, shall be as nothing, and as a thing of naught. For I, the Lord, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, thy power, will hold thy right hand. Yeah, the Lord is going to guide us through these said perils, through these tribulations, saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee. See that? This is the exhortation that the Lord is giving us. Fear not, he's going to help us. Verse 14, fear not thy worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel, I will help thee, saith the Lord Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. You see? So when these mandates, all right, these certain policies come down, don't worry, all right? Keep your faith and understand what the will of the Lord is. That's going to be it for the lesson. Lord willing, it's been edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi Bahasham Qadash. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Lord willing, coming at you with another lesson. Till the next time I say, Shalom.